Everybody clap on 2 and 4. You can clap on 2 and 4. Make it louder, give it more. Everybody clap on 2 and 4. Living big for God's the way to go. Living big for God's the way to go. Living big's the way to go. You can do it, let it flow. Living big for God's the way to go. We intend to make a joyful noise. We intend to make a joyful noise. Come on, let's make a joyful noise. Clap your hands and lift your voice. Everybody make a joyful noise. Everybody make a joyful noise. We are here to make a joyful noise.
Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. How about the band this morning? We got our music director, Joe Sanquina, on bass and vocals. Lauren Dettenberg, keyboard, vocals, and doing our reading. John Dittert, making it sound good on percussion. Margot Buchanan, our featured vocalist this morning. And the man, Jeff Watts, making everyone, hopefully myself as well, sound good today.
Yeah.
Now, welcome, welcome. Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and we gather each morning knowing that love is
always the answer.
Outstanding. Now, I'm Adam Moore, a member of this community, and on behalf of our spiritual director, Reverend Rainbow, we want to welcome everyone here today. So who are we? We are a conscious community committed to curiosity. So, welcome with me. Sorry so much. So that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. So we are an open and affirming community so that whoever you are and wherever you are on your path to spiritual discovery, you are welcome here. For our online viewers, please say hello in the chat. We are glad that you're here. We're glad that you're tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button so you can join us in the future as well. And if you're in the room, we encourage you to take out your phones. We are a phone-friendly service. Share pictures, share videos, share inspirations that you have from the service here today. Just remember to please silence those first, as those videos will automatically play back. Sometimes that might interrupt our reverend. Now, our first time, it happens. Maybe even I've done it. Anyway, regardless, if you are a first-time guest here at Ahava, we are so glad you're here. We welcome you. Please know that your presence here does make a difference. If you are here for the first time, we ask that you show that by either standing or raising your hand if we have any first-time guests. If you are here, if you are first time on the chat, please let us know in the chat as well, and we will send you some virtual vibes of welcome as well. For my new person who's here, please stick with us afterwards. Feel free to join us in the community room where we're going to have coffee, tea, chit-chat, just an opportunity to get to know you better. Now, we also want to acknowledge our Seva volunteers. We're so grateful for people who give of their time and their talent each week. So thanking so much all those who serve. If you are a Seva volunteer, give yourself a little love, and let's all give our Seva volunteers some love as well. Now, knowing that we are all part of the one, I invite you to take a moment, placing your hands over your heart, looking to someone and saying, "Thank you for being a reflection of me." Now, we have an amazing vision and purpose here at Ahava. I invite you to repeat the vision after me. We are an inclusive community.
We are an inclusive community.
Committed to global transformation. Through personal evolution. And our purpose, just say it with me, wake up, step up, and make a difference. Now, today's affirmation, I'll say it once, and I'm going to have you repeat it afterwards. It is, I am grateful for my life just as it is right now.
I am grateful for my life just as it is right
Nailed it. They did so good. Now, I invite you to take a deep breath as we move into our centering song and opening prayer, being led by our practitioner, Kim D'Amato.
In this place, my soul is free from the light within. I see all the joy, all the peace. Carry me. Carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. In this place, love abides, holy light, surrender me. All the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
Breathing into all the joy, all the peace, all the love this morning. I open to that and know that this is the truth of the one, and this is the truth of each and every beloved here. That peace, that joy, that love, that infinite flow, wisdom, abundance, freedom, that these are all part of being one with the one. And as we open our hearts to that infinite flow, we intend to make a joyful noise. We intend for peace. We intend for love. And we pour it forth, opening our hearts to it and knowing that this is our truth, that this is that infinite flame that is the one, that is that same one life. And as it pours forth through our hearts, I know that it spreads and expands out across this beloved community through Ahava and beyond, throughout Lexington, throughout Kentucky, throughout the world, sending this peace forth to every country, to the Middle East, knowing that it is bigger than any conflict, any fear, any doubt. And I breathe into that, and I know it for each and every one of us, for each and every soul on this planet. And so I bless our time together. I bless each person here, and I simply allow it to be by saying, so it is. Amen.
All the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. This morning's reading is from the Prosperous Life Journal by Chris Michaels and Edward Fulyoun. Extravagant universe. Because we live in a world surrounded by thoughts of lack and limitation, we have to continually remind ourselves that the universe is lavish, abundant, and extravagant. Though the supply in front of us may appear to be limited, we live in a field of infinite possibilities. The thinking of the masses influences us to accept much less than what we desire. We tend to forget this and fall into the bad habit of limited thinking. We start accepting poor health as normal and inevitable. We rationalize being alone and lonely. Little by little, each day, our lives get smaller. Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote, "Why should we have to go through life impoverished in a universe that is abundant in all things? Life is not just something to be endured. It is to be lived in joy, in fullness, without limit." Surely an infinite mind could not have conceived of a small, limited existence for its creation. We were made to live extravagantly, to be supplied way beyond our needs. Accept this and expand your thought. Start thinking big. Start envisioning a future well beyond what your experience has recorded.
There's something due any day. I will know right away. Soon as it shows, it may come cannonballing down from the sky, gleam in its eye, bright as a rose. Who knows? It's only just out of reach, down the block or on a beach, under a tree. I got a feeling there's a miracle due, gonna come true, coming to me. Could it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good. If I can wait, something's coming. I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great. With a click, with a shock, the phone will jingle, door will knock. Open the latch, something's coming, don't know when, but it's soon. Catch the moon, one-handed catch. Around the corner, whistling down the river, come on, deliver to me. Will it be? Yes, it will. Maybe just by holding still, it'll be there. Come on, something, come on in. Don't be shy, just say hi. Pull up a chair. The air is humming, and something great is coming. Who knows? It's only just out of reach, down the block on a beach. Maybe tonight.
Woo! Yes. Aw, my little musical theater heart is so full this morning. I know, right? Thank you, Margot. So I'm curious, about 2 weeks ago, I moved the musicians' chairs over here and opened up this front row, and so far, no one has joined the front row club. So I'm just wondering who's going to be the first and when someone's actually going to, oh, yes, we have one not afraid of the front row. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, Diane's coming on down. I won't bite, I promise. Thank you. There you go. See? Sometimes people just need an extra little invite, right? We all have permission to live our life. There you go. So we are in the middle of our series, Bountiful Living. And for those of you who may be newer to Ahava, every October we focus on prosperity. And we call it Rocktober because we are rocking our lives in all areas of our finances and our relationships and health and all things that we call under this umbrella of prosperity. So we kicked off this exploration this month by really getting clear and defining what we mean by prosperity, to this more holistic understanding of walking in the world with a hopeful expectancy and living with an abundance mindset. And so we're not just talking about money, but we're also not talking about money. Money is a part of the equation, but not the whole answer. Eric Butterworth says prosperity is a way of living and thinking, and not just money or things. So as we talk about bountiful living, we get to embrace this idea of prosperity in all areas of our life. Our finances and money, as well as our health and vitality, loving and secure relationships, creative self-expression and career, and a deep and connected, meaningful relationship with ourselves and the divine spirit universe, the God of our own understanding. And today's topic is gratitude, the great multiplier. So I know that sometimes gratitude can be seen, or maybe it's just me, but kind of trite, It's like, okay, yeah, remember to be grateful, say thank you. And what we're talking about is a deeper understanding. It's a profound way of being that can unlock the key to prosperity and abundance in all facets of our lives. And also, sometimes I notice I can hear myself or others sometimes coming from a place of like shame around this, right? Like, oh, I should be more grateful. Or we're comparing ourselves to others and sometimes like, well, at least I should be grateful that I'm not in that situation, or at least I have this, right? Or we should be grateful because someone gave you something. You should be grateful. Anytime this should word comes up, right? Ooh, we're just shoulding all over ourselves. And no one wants to clean that up. So we're going to be, I don't know, y'all, the things that come out of my mouth. So the vibration of gratitude that I'm talking about is that pure energy, nothing to do with shame or nothing to do with comparison, but like the sacred practice of actually honoring. And it's like this pure vibration of gratitude. It's akin to joy and love. And it just exudes out of our being. Not as a reaction to the good in our lives, but as a proactive way of being. Because gratitude is the very attitude that prepares us to receive the good in our lives. Gratitude is the very attitude that prepares us to receive the good in our life. Gratitude is not the effect, it's the cause. Right? We got to flip the script on that one. Gratitude is not the effect, it's the cause. So, those of us living in this colonized Western world, we could learn something by looking to the indigenous cultures and the First Nations peoples with this practice of reciprocity, giving back to the land, and ensuring the sacred balance and the connection between Mother Earth and ourselves. Not taking resources for granted or as a means for profit, but taking care of the land so it can take care of us. A deep appreciation of our resources and switching to this mindset of harmony and sustainability, harmony with nature and the flow of all of life. And this naturally leads us then to be good stewards of our resources, such that we can have access to the abundant resources of the land. Whereas in contrast, the mindset of hoarding, taking, greed that come at the expense of others, this may lead to a temporary experience of prosperity, but it comes at a great cost, and it will eventually collapse. It's not sustainable. And who knows what's coming next, but I know we are on the verge in our world right now, in the collective consciousness, we are on the verge of this shift, of seeing how this particular way of being no longer serves the collective. It doesn't work, right? And so we are called individually to shift into this abundant mindset, to be a good steward of our resources and lovingly care for Mother Earth, for each other, and practice reciprocity, giving and receiving in the flow. So what attitude are you approaching life? Because this attitude then determines the outcome. Are you choosing to focus your awareness on what is good? Because, as the saying says, what you appreciate appreciates, right? Are you taking a moment to honor and appreciate this precious life that we all have, to honor the bounty and the givingness of Mother Earth for sharing her resources with us? Or are there things perhaps that you're taking for granted that now is the opportunity to make a conscious shift in order to turn to honoring and appreciating life? Instead of focusing on what's not working or what we don't have, how can we look at the good that is around and what is working? And I want to, there's a nuance here. I'm not saying that we are in denial. We don't notice the negative effects of the world. We know that, like if you're walking down the street and you see a piece of litter, you don't just say, focus on the flower. You still pause and you pick up the piece of litter, but you don't go, oh, the litter, trash, all that there is this trash around the world. I can't believe we have so much, right? It's like, where's your attention? You notice it, you pick it up, you keep your vibration at that which you desire, but you do something about it. You throw it away, and then you focus on the beauty of the flowers, because you can see them now. There's not trash on top of them, right? So this metaphor, right, same thing. So when I'm saying, notice the good, it's also that we're not in denial of other things, but we keep our energy and our attention, our vibration to the beauty and the abundance and the bounty all around us, and keep it moving. Imagine gratitude is like this lens through which we view the world. And when we shift our attention to the things that we are grateful for, even in the midst of challenging times, something shifts in the invisible. There's a shift that happens within us where we actually become more resilient, where we become more adaptable and patient and hopeful. And remember what I said a few weeks ago about this word hope. It's not like, oh, I hope I get it from a place of lack. Hope from this idea of expecting the good, right? Of looking towards that which we desire. So as we shift into this mindset of gratitude, welcome. We're, loving the energy is growing as I speak, we're filling the room. and adding our energy to this field. So, as we open to allow the good and abundance of life to be revealed through us, to us, we can have eyes to see it. And in this process, become more resilient and adaptable. Norman Vincent Peale aptly noted that prayer doesn't change things for us, it changes us for things. That's the real work, right? We're not here to get or change things out there. We are actually here to experience that transformation from within. Can you say that again? Yes. Prayer doesn't change things for us. It changes us for things. So a prayer of gratitude works in much the same way. It's not like a magic wand that grants all of our wishes, but it allows us to transform our experience, to raise our vibration, to be in alignment with that, which makes us more open and aware and receptive to the good that is always there. It's like I've shared this before. I often imagine like a waterfall. So the beautiful bounty of the universe is always flowing through, free, like a waterfall. And as I was saying this, I'm noticing, if you listen, you can hear a fountain in the other room, right? So it's like that bounty, that flow that's happening. And how open and receptive are we to receive it? Do we stand underneath it with the open arms? Or are we like, oh, may I have some more, sir? And just like have a tiny little cup. How open are you to receive? And here's the real special sauce. Feeling grateful for things before they actually manifest in our lives. This is where the alchemy happens. And it can be challenging to feel grateful for something when we're in the midst of the suffering or the pain or the experience of the seeming lack. But that alchemy within to shift, to know the wholeness and the abundance and the truth of the universe and therefore ourselves must occur so that we can be that resonant match for the good that is all around. And it allows us to open our hearts and our mind to be grateful for all that we desire even before it arrives in our experience. And that is a key to unlocking prosperity in all areas of our lives. Getting into the feeling tone for that which you desire. And for some of us, we may need to deconstruct this idea of some God in the sky that is waiting for us to say, thank you, God, and then will reward us in some way by sending us blessings. But what we teach here and know by, looking at universal laws is that spirit, life, God, universe, whatever word works for you, does not play favorites. It just is. There's this law that either we are open to, we are in the flow with, we are incongruent with, we are allowing, but it's not like some God in the sky saying, I will bless you and I will bless you. You're good. Yeah, maybe, right? This is like Santa Claus, So we have to let go of the Santa Claus God that is giving to us if we are good enough or worthy enough, or that we have to let go of this idea that we have to or we should be grateful for things, and instead realize that abundance is the natural state of the universe. And then remain in right relationship with that by being good stewards of our land and our resources and appreciating all that it offers, not taking more than we need, but knowing that there is always enough and there's enough for all. We have the power within our own hearts and minds to be the architect of our life experiences. And when we consciously focus on all that we have and express gratitude and appreciation for it, that creative power, that law that always says yes, manifests and demonstrates through us to that which we are putting our focused attention towards. This focal point of creative power is wherever our attention lies, moment to moment to moment. And we're always at choice. We can always choose again to notice, to catch ourselves. We're in that, it's very seductive to look at the lack and the limitation, to hear the stories on the news and to believe that that is true. Now, it is real in an experience that we are all having as a collective, but it is an outpicturing of something. It's not the ultimate reality. So this is where we get to take our power back by knowing that gratitude is the cause, not the effect. And so when we raise our vibration to that of appreciation and abundance and witnessing and knowing the wholeness despite the condition will then shift. But it's easy, right? Our minds, our humanness wants to get caught up in the stories. And that's why we gather together to remember, to be reminded of the truth of who we are, to be in a resonant vibration and energy of a place that says, look to the good. And that is why it's key not only to be grateful for our good and our personal achievements, but also to notice and appreciate the prosperity of others. Because truly we are one. And if we have the tendency to be envious or judging of someone who has something that we desire, and again, envy is different than jealousy. Envy is like, I want what you have and I don't want you to have it, right? As opposed to jealousy is more like, ooh, I want that. So how can we come from a place of wholeness, knowing that what we desire, we may notice it as the jealousy, but realize it's really a desire within us to express more fully. But not to be envious, saying like, I want this and I don't want you to have it. That vibration is it's like putting up walls around ourselves in that which we desire. It blocks that flow. So how can we be open to acknowledge and appreciate and recognize the good and the flow that we all are experiencing in our life and for each other, and to notice it in others as a way to appreciate and to raise our vibration? Which is one of the things we get to do by those of you who have chosen to participate in the prosperity class this month after service. We get to be that witness for each other and hold that space. So I invite you to begin to notice what you are noticing. What frequency are you vibrating at? Is it one of lack and limitation? And to be more clear, this can show up as excuses, complaints, judgments. Or are you consciously vibing at the frequency of abundance and wholeness and wealth, which looks like possibility and excitement and aliveness and generosity and flow, right? It's that something's coming energy that Margot sang of this morning, right? Something's coming. There's an aliveness, there's an excitement. I don't quite know what it is yet, but I feel it. There's something emerging. Imagine living from that place in times of, perhaps the experience of lack or not enoughness, instead of to come from, I'm not sure, this doesn't quite seem to vibe with what I desire, but something's coming. And how can we remain hopeful and expectant and excited and keep our energy up to the aliveness of what is seeking to be known now, what is seeking to be expressed through us? And that's the good news. We are always at choice. In each and every moment, we can choose again. We can notice what we are noticing and then choose to raise our vibration to that which we desire and make appreciation a habit. So one way, a very practical way, is a gratitude journal. Every night before bed, taking a moment, writing down at least 7 things that you're grateful for. And this practice alone will shift us into that mindset of abundance instead of falling asleep from the scarcity, of, this or that, the other, or the worries or the doubts that when you start to relax, that part of the brain says, hey, la, 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 la. You have to be more conscious to say, and to focus on what is good and what you desire. Same thing, you fall asleep, you wake up. The first thing, start your day with an affirmation before you even get out of bed, whether out loud or just in your own mind and heart, like, I'm so grateful to be alive. Take a moment of appreciation, notice your soft sheets, your cozy pillow. Perhaps there's a being in the bed next to you that you can turn to, whether it be a fur creature or a human creature or who knows what. Notice it, love it, appreciate it. No judgment. Take that moment before you even put your feet on the ground to be grateful, to start your day from this place of appreciation. Because the truth is, the very life force of the universe resides within all of us, and we reside within it, and it is infinite. And the universe is always providing all that we need to sustain us, our bodies, our health, our relationships, our finances, and whatever lack, limitation, scarcity we may perceive or be witnessing in our lives or our community or the world today is an experience that can be shifted. And in this moment, we can focus on, turn towards the abundant good that is already surrounding us. And from that mindset of abundance, ask, okay, what is seeking to be known here? Right? Sometimes, when life gets to be feeling in resistance instead of in flow, it's simply an invitation to ask, what is seeking to be known here? Is it just something within me that I need to shift my perspective to see something new? Or is there something totally different that is wanting to be known? Either way, as we open our hearts and minds and tune towards the higher vibration of what we desire, as far as the qualities, I'm not talking about what we desire like specifically in things, but like as we tune towards the desire of peace and wholeness and abundance, joy, love, then we can begin to see, to know, and to be guided towards that which is seeking to be known through us. That perhaps this temporary experience of lack is calling us to shift in some way, to know, to do, to be different in some way. As we talked about a few months ago, curiosity as a core value. This is how we can invite in curiosity to move, to keep expanding and growing and move beyond any form of lack or limitation, and to see and experience the both and. The truth despite the circumstances, the energy, like what's resonating, what's feeling most alive in your life. Put your energy towards that and see. Because what we are noticing in this world in a very big kind of collective way is that many old ways of being no longer work. And, we had this reset during COVID, and how quickly did we as a society just go right back to those old ways of being, those old structures, when Mother Earth was trying to tell us there's something new. You got to shift. There's something new wanting to be born. So we in this room are the ones to listen, to open our hearts. You're showing up this day because you somehow, something within you drew you here to hear this conversation right now, to be a part of this evolution of consciousness. To allow the truth of abundance to flow through you and to be experienced in a brand new way. Something's coming. I don't exactly know what, but something's coming. Do you feel it? Like just keep putting your energy, your attention, your vibration on that. What is emerging? And as we all know, as something's coming, as something is new is being birthed, anything unlike it shows up in a very big and loud way. And we're seeing that as the wars that are erupting around the world, because that way of being no longer works. Power over, force over, war, killing. That doesn't work. So how can we know wholeness? How can we honor Mother Earth and the humanity of each other, despite race, religion, culture, all these things that seem to separate us? How can we right now choose not to get caught up in the details and the distraction, but to raise our vibration and to ask, who am I here to be? And what is mine to do in order to create this world that works for all? And something's coming to me. Somebody asked this beautiful question. A couple people have asked a question similar to this, right? So we say we're part of Centers for Spiritual Living, and our greater organization, the mission, the vision rather, is a world that works for everyone. So does that mean a world that works for Hamas? Does that mean a world, what does a world that works for everyone mean? Does that mean a world that works for neo-Nazis, white supremacists? My take on this, as we create a world that works for everyone, that won't exist. It can't exist in a world that works for everyone. So we're not saying like, yes, a world that works for everyone, like you go and be how the hatred you want to be. It's more like, I hope I'm articulating this enough, but it's like as we create the vibration of a world that works for everyone, those old structures can't exist within that. So we're not saying love, all as what we are seeing, how it's being expressed right now. We are calling for something that we've never seen before in humanity, where that separation won't even exist. Because a world that works for everyone, there is no dominance or power over. And that's the place we're at right now. To vision for that, to hope for that, and to keep moving forward with that place of hopeful expectancy, and to create that within our own lives and our own vibration. It's so easy to turn and say, how can this happen? And look at these big things like war in the world. And yet, how many of us are still experiencing conflict and little mini wars in our own homes, within our own selves? We have to start right here. So, deep breath. This week, the opportunity is to practice recognizing the good and the bounty all around us, to lean into the awareness of wholeness, of love, of beauty, of truth, of abundance, despite any experiences of lack or scarcity that may creep in. And even when there is evidence right before us that says there's not enough, we get to stand in the knowingness that we live in an infinite universe. Shift our energy to that of appreciation and flow, and then stand back and let the universe do its thing through us. And then notice how the world begins to transform around us through this new perspective. So are you ready to magnetize, to multiply the love, the peace, the joy, the good in your life, in all areas of your life? Yes? All right, so let's start practicing gratitude. All right, let's do it. Thank you. We're going to turn to prayer. You know, that clap, that energy, I just want to acknowledge, like sometimes it could be like, it's appreciation, right? You want to move energy because you experience something. And sometimes I could think like, I don't need the applause. Like, I'm just going to go into prayer. I don't need a moment of applause. But what just occurred in that moment, I realized it was for you to experience appreciation for what shifted within you. So anyway, that was my aha. Appreciate. All right. So from that vibration, we open up to recognize the love, the wholeness, the abundance of the universe. Recognizing this one life that is moving in as and through all life. As peace, as joy, as harmony, as flow, as creativity. How good it is to recognize the abundance of the universe that lives not only out there in the vastness of the skies, but right here within each of us, within this magnificent body temple, and within the vastness of our own spirit and soul. So what I know is that every desire that has been placed on our heart is fully sourced, or yet we wouldn't even know it. That desire within each of our hearts for ourselves, the desire, the vision for this community is fully sourced. There's an aliveness to it. And that aliveness is spirit itself resonating, vibrating with all that we are here to be and to do. So I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here now. So grateful to experience the aliveness of flow, of abundance, of money, of love, of friendships, of creativity and ideas. So grateful to recognize the beauty all around, to appreciate, to honor the success and the joy and the prosperity of each and every beloved being that at one time or another or will be called to say that Ahava is their spiritual home. Anyone who has tuned in online or walked through these doors or will in this infinite now moment is feeling the resonance of this vibration, of this prayer right here, right now, of wholeness, of abundance. And together we prosper. Together we rise to the occasion and open our hearts and minds to give and receive, to give and receive. Being the good stewards of the resources that we have in our own lives and in this world, in this beloved planet. So breathing in and allowing this energy of appreciation to move throughout our being. So grateful for the fulfillment of this prayer. As I release it now into the action of the law that always says, yes, 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 my beloved, it is done. And it is so. And so it is. Yes.
Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Rest in God and say amen.
Yes. So put this somewhere in your mirror, somewhere, dashboard, that you see it, and affirm this, because the more of us in this community that come together and know this truth for ourselves, it can multiply the good for our community and the world. The next little thing in here is, the blue sheet is my gratitude card. So it is 10 gratitude affirmations. So if at night you do your gratitude list, you also have this you can turn to and use throughout your day, throughout the week. This is a little fun thing that we do this month also, which is our unexpected income program, or our expected extra income program. And the idea is that you can put a specific prayer request of something you would like to experience on here, or just your name, and then you're going to drop it in that beautiful prayer box that looks like a treasure box over there, and it's lined with gold. And myself and our licensed spiritual practitioners are holding you all in prayer all month. And then the way that we are practicing reciprocity is that we are holding the attention for money and good and flow to come to you, and anything extra you receive this month above and beyond your regular expected salary or whatnot, we ask that you give back 10% to Ahava as a way of practicing and building that muscle in giving and receiving. So it's super fun, and at the end of the month, we'll have an opportunity to share some more testimonials, as Heather Russell did this first Sunday on about last year, the good that came to her. Everything from coupons to rebates she wasn't expecting from a hospital, who knows. So that's what that is. If you want to play with us in that way, put that in the prayer box. And lastly, our board, our core council, we call it here, but we're a nonprofit, board of directors. We are funded fully by those of you who say yes to giving and contributing to this community. We do not have outside funding from the greater organization. In fact, we give to support them. So this is a way that we can be good stewards of our resources, and we're asking for you to pledge to let us know what you anticipate giving next year in 2024, as over the next month or so we are working on our budget to create and see all that we can do as this community with those resources. So we ask that you fill this out. It's also online, and it goes out in our e-newsletter, on our social media. Send out an email. We'll send out another email as well. And you can fill it out online or this form. And then, for privacy, you can put it back in your envelope and put this one in the basket on the beautiful altar next to the overflowing gold coin basket gourd thing. Yes, the blooms, yes. So that is a little bit about Rocktober. And we have the opportunity now to hear again from our beloved Adam, who's going to share a little bit about why he gives to this community and why it's important to him.
Thank you. Sorry you have to hear me twice. But Reverend Rainbow
We love you.
asked me to talk about why I give, and it's certainly not because I give the most, because I definitely do not, but I give happily what I can. And there's two things, I'd say two reasons why I do that. Specific reasons and then my spiritual reasons. Specifically, I want to listen to Reverend Rainbow, and I want to listen to our band, and I want our children, and when Remy's here, I want him to be able to go in the child care area, and I want us to be able to have meditation and have prayers led by our practitioners. These are all selfish things, but I want those things, and I'm happy to help pay for them.
Right.
I want to experience them every Sunday. On the spiritual side of that, I can say that being part of this energy vibration, being part of this community, but also just learning through Reverend Sonny and Reverend Rainbow and Reverend Cynthia and those who speak as well, helped me, I think, realize the most authentic version of who I am. And that makes me a better son to my parents, and a better husband to Andrea, and a better father to Remy, and a better person in the community. And I don't want to selfishly be the only person who gets these benefits. I want Ahava to bring more and more people in so they can be the fullest versions of themselves, and hopefully share that so that this becomes a world that works for everyone, like Rainbow talked about today. So that is why I happily give to Ahava and continue to do so, and ask others to do that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Yes. So we're going to move into our time now of conscious giving, and there's several ways that you can give. We're going to pass a basket around the room, but you can give online as well. You can text the word give to 859-209-6996. You can also go to our website, and there's a give button there, or mail in your gifts, or drop them off throughout the week as well. So we're going to pass the basket for you, and then there's going to be another basket of affirmations, which is our gift back to you. So make sure you grab one of those affirmations as well. Now I invite you to repeat after me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, sing along. Gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. Can't hear you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. much better. Thank you.
Yes.
We're going to have a workshop on how to raise the roof coming up.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, so we are also in what we call our Taste of Ahava series of fun and fundraising, where community members share of their gift and talent, and then any money that comes in goes right back to support our vision. So this last Friday night, Joe Cinquina and the Blues Band rocked the house for us. Give them some love. So we're so grateful for that. And there's another opportunity coming up in 2 weeks with Thread and Bone, our very own Lisa Wood. She's back there on live stream today. Hi, Lisa. She's going to be presenting her one-woman show, which is just profound and really touches on the heart and grief and what it really means to be alive. So she's going to be sharing another reading with us for a little teaser next Sunday. So come for that, and then get your tickets for the full show coming up on October 27th. This Thursday, I believe it is already this Thursday, yes. This Thursday and next Thursday, we're having our Ahava 101 class. This is kind of like New Thought 101, find out all that we are about, the philosophy that we are based on, and ways that you can get more involved in this community. And if you choose to say yes to Ahava being your spiritual community, we are then having our membership Sunday on the last Sunday of this month, October 29th. And all of you in the room who are already members, we're going to have a special ceremony ritual as well for you to recommit. So it's going to be a great day, and that's also our potluck Sunday. So you just want to be here every Sunday, every Friday, pretty much, all the things, just Thursday night class, all the things, do it all. We have a number of ongoing events too. Check them out on our website and in our newsletter. But without further ado, let's turn it back over to our amazing music team. Yeah. I mean, it's going to come up. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, this was not a part, but so I do a lot with the youth, and we are doing these goodie bags that we are going to donate, and some for the youth. So we are still accepting donations. We prefer non-candy items, but we got a lot of candy.
We're in abundance.
So whatever you're willing to give, we're making individual bags. So if you just want to give them to me, Heather, or drop them off in the youth room, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, and our trunk or treat
is
Friday, the end of the month, whatever that, Friday, Saturday. We'll let you know next week. It's coming up at the end of the month. Some night, it's a trunk or treat. It's fun. Halloween, yay. We'll tell you next week. It's coming. Something's coming.
A long time ago, about 1,000,000 years BC, the best things in life were absolutely free. But no one appreciated a sky that was always blue, and no one congratulated a moon that was always new. So it was planned that they would vanish now and then, and you must pay before you get them back again. That's what storms were made for, and you shouldn't be afraid for. Every time it rains pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. be pennies from heaven for you and for me. Sing it with me. Pennies from heaven. One more time. Pennies from heaven. You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and for me. We love you. You're a shining star, wonderful, just the way you are. We celebrate your sacred face. We love you just the way you are. We love you just the way you are. We do.
All right, you all want to share our affirmation today?
Ooh, yes.
Today we talked about how using gratitude and the power of feeling what we want as if we already have it magnetizes it to us. So we're just putting out that vibration of thanks and already having it and knowing right where we are, it already exists.
Yes. Woohoo! Love you. Thank you. All right, so our licensed spiritual practitioners are available to support you in affirmative prayer. Kim Damata is here today, and then you can also put in your prayer request in the prayer box or online. So make sure to take advantage of that fabulous offering, as well as check out our practitioner table. We have a couple practitioners that do one-on-one spiritual coaching for a fee. If you want to go deeper, check that out as well and pick up a card of Dr. Louise Talon or Dr. Patty Cooper who offer that. And remember to turn in your unexpected income prayer request and your pledge cards in the basket as well. So we're going to bring our service to a close now. I invite you, if you're able, to stand. Just the way you are. And to repeat after me, something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in abundance.
Life is in abundance.
Yes, I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
I share it.
I share it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
Just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
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 Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me love 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 in a holy, holy way.
In a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a
me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
We want to thank everyone for coming, and come back again next week. Invite a friend. We'll be here. You know where to find us.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Something's coming and it might show up today.
Something's coming, and it might show up
today.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.